So Wednesday Season 2 is officially a thing. Not a rumor, not a maybe, it's real, it's happening, and it's in post-production right now. Filming wrapped up in December 2024, and at this very moment, Netflix is putting the finishing touches on what's shaping up to be one of their boldest seasons yet. We don't have a release date locked in, but the pieces are all falling into place. Here's what we do know. The episodes are going to be longer. Think mini-movie vibes. The production budget, insane. Netflix reportedly dropped $20 million into this season alone. And with that kind of money, we're not just getting more of the same. We're getting something next level. From early teasers and cast interviews to behind-the-scenes whispers, it's pretty clear this new season wants to take everything you thought you knew about Wednesday. New characters, a darker, more intense version of Nevermore Academy, and a Wednesday that's less teen drama and more gothic legend. But hey, before we jump into all the good stuff like secret cameos, cast changes, slasher vibes, and the Lady Gaga theory, real quick, if you're into Wednesday, the Addams Family universe, or just love shows that mix horror, humor, and totally unique vibes, hit that subscribe button. Most people watching this channel aren't subscribed yet, and you seriously don't want to miss what we've got coming. All right, let's dive into everything we know, and a few things Netflix probably wishes we didn't. Let's rewind for a sec. When Wednesday dropped on Netflix back in late 2022, it didn't just make a splash, it dominated. The series racked up over 250 million views, crushed the charts, and became the second most watched English-language series in Netflix history. Second only to Stranger Things. That's wild. But here's the thing. This wasn't just about a viral moment or TikTok trends. Though yeah, we'll get to that dance later. The real magic was a perfect storm. Tim Burton's signature direction, Jenna Ortega's breakout performance, and a tone that managed to be both creepy and cool. It was smart, stylish, and it treated the Addams Family lore with actual respect. In its first week alone, 341 million hours watched. That's not just impressive, it's culture shifting. Wednesday was everywhere. The show owned social media and turned Jenna Ortega into a full-blown icon basically overnight. Now fast forward to today. With Season 2 locked in for 2025, the hype is even bigger. Fans want more mystery, more monsters, more mayhem. But, plot twist, it looks like this season isn't just going to repeat the same formula. And honestly, that's a good thing. From everything we've seen and heard so far, this next chapter is ready to take risks. Change up the tone. Dig deeper into the characters. One of the coolest things about Season 2? It's not just bigger, it's different. And a lot of that shift comes from Jenna Ortega's influence behind the scenes. From the beginning of production, it was clear she wanted the show to move away from love triangles and teen romance. Based on what she's shared in interviews, she felt the story should stay more aligned with Wednesday's essence. Darker, sharper, and emotionally complex in her own unconventional way. She advocated for a version of Wednesday that dives deeper into mystery, danger, and that classic "what's really going on here" tension. And it seems like the creative team listened. She's not just the face of the show anymore. This season, she's also stepping in as an executive producer. That means she had real input on the tone, storylines, and the evolution of her character. And the difference is already showing. Early reports say we're getting a Wednesday who's more independent, more investigative, and way less worried about teenage drama. If Season 1 introduced her to a new generation, Season 2 is letting her fully own the role. Alright, let's talk about what might be the most unexpected and most beloved part of Season 1, the friendship between Wednesday and Enid Sinclair. No one saw that coming, but it worked. Wednesday Addams and Enid Sinclair couldn't be more different. One's all about silence and sarcasm, the other is bright, loud, and full of color, literally. And somehow, that contrast became the emotional center of the whole show. Fans fell in love with it. The memes, the edits, the theories, it all exploded online, and of course the ship was born, Wen-Claire. Now, has Netflix ever confirmed a romantic arc? Nope. Producers have hinted that this dynamic will be a key focus in Season 2. Whether it's romantic or not, their bond is evolving. What started as a classic odd couple setup might turn into the emotional core of the entire season. Emma Myers, aka Enid, recently said in an interview that this new season dives way deeper into character development. More layers, more nuance, more tension, the good kind. And yeah, she straight up said she likes Season 2 even more than Season 1, so whatever happens, whether it's just powerful friendship or something more, it's clear that Wednesday and Enid are going to be front and center again, and we're here for it. Now here's something that got fans buzzing. One of the episodes in Season 2 is going full slasher mode. Yep, you heard that right. According to Jenna Ortega herself, there's a chapter that leans hard into horror movie territory, with classic slasher vibes, suspense, and all those little nods horror fans love.
There's a whole episode based off of slashers, and we make a lot of horror references. So everything about it, I feel like we kind of had a little bit more trust, and therefore people felt like we could do bigger, more elaborate sequences, which is nice.
Think darker, bloodier, and way more intense than anything we saw in season 1. And honestly, it makes sense. The show's already played with mystery, gothic fantasy, and supernatural drama. Going full horror is the next logical step, and it fits Wednesday's world perfectly. But maybe the biggest shift of all is Wednesday herself. Traditionally, she's always been frozen in time, always a kid, always in the same stage of life. From the original 1930s cartoons to the 90s films, she never really changed. But now Netflix has the chance to do something totally new. Let Wednesday grow up. No reboot, no recast, just Jenna Ortega evolving with the character. That means we could actually see Wednesday change across seasons, not just in what she's facing, but in how she responds. Her worldview, her values, maybe even her relationships, all shifting, all maturing. And if they pull it off, this could become one of the most unique character arcs we've ever seen in a teen-led series. Let's talk behind the scenes for a minute, because getting season 2 made, it wasn't exactly smooth sailing. Even though Netflix renewed Wednesday super early, all the way back in January 2023, actual filming didn't begin until April 2024. Why? You guessed it, the Hollywood strikes. Both the writers and actors' strikes brought productions across the industry to a halt for months. And to make things even more complicated, both Jenna Ortega and Tim Burton were also tied up with the new Beetlejuice movie, which was also affected by the delays. But here's the silver lining. That extra time gave the Wednesday team space to rethink, restructure, and plan a bigger, bolder season. This time around, the show was filmed in Ireland, and honestly, it's a perfect fit. The landscapes, the old castles, the moody weather, it's like the country was built to host a creepy boarding school full of supernatural drama. In fact, this became the biggest TV production ever shot in Ireland. That's wild. Visually, season 2 is aiming higher. More detail, more atmosphere, and with Tim Burton returning to direct key episodes and oversee the creative tone, you can bet every frame is going to feel stylized, eerie, and unmistakably Burton. Tim Burton has always had a deep connection with the Addams Family world, and Wednesday in particular really speaks to his creative style. This season, he's bringing that vision to the forefront. Let's get into the casting news, because season 2 isn't just bringing back familiar faces. It's also loading up with some serious star power. First up, Steve Buscemi, absolute legend. His role is still under wraps, but honestly, he's one of those actors who could play anyone. New teacher, eccentric villain, misunderstood monster. We're ready for it. Joining him are Billie Piper, Thandiwe Newton, and Haley Joel Osment. All of them in yet-to-be-revealed roles, which only adds to the mystery. And that's kind of perfect for a show like Wednesday. You never quite know what's coming. Oh, and then there's this little name you might have heard of. Lady Gaga. Yep, she's in. When news broke that Gaga had been spotted on set, the internet lost its mind. The theories that she's playing Ophelia Frump, Morticia's eccentric sister. Nothing has been confirmed, but her appearance is said to be brief, filmed near the very end of production. And sorry to burst your bubble, but no, there's probably not going to be a new dance scene. In case you forgot, the original scene in season 1 featured the song Goo Goo Muck by the Cramps. But on TikTok, it blew up with Lady Gaga's Bloody Mary instead. That remix wasn't official, but fans made it a thing. Jenna Ortega has said in interviews that they didn't even bring up the viral dance on set during season 2. So yeah, don't expect a round 2, at least not in the same way. Also making a cameo, Christopher Lloyd, aka the Uncle Fester from the 1990s films. He's back for a special appearance, though his role hasn't been revealed either. Still, the nostalgia through the roof. It's a wild mix of old school callbacks, iconic faces, and totally new energy, and that's exactly what this season needs. Alright, time for a reality check. Not everyone is coming back this season. A few cast members from season 1 won't be returning, including Percy Hines, White Naomi J. Ogawa, John Adias Watson, and George Bercia, who played Lurch. Now here's where it gets interesting. Rumor has it that Lurch might still be part of the story, but played by someone new. And not just anyone. Juna Suotamo, the actor who plays Chewbacca in the newer Star Wars films, is reportedly stepping in. He's got the height, the presence, and definitely the silent intensity. But now let's talk about the one comeback fans are dying for. Christina Ricci. Yep. The original Wednesday Addams from the 90s films might be returning. According to IMDb, Christina is set to appear in the final episode of season 2. No official confirmation from Netflix yet, but if it's true, it could be the perfect bridge between this story and what comes next. Whether she shows up as a new character, a mysterious relative, or just a symbolic cameo, having her back would be huge. Like full circle moment kind of huge, and it might even tease what everyone's already suspecting, that Season 3 is already in the works. So when's it dropping? Well, Season 1 hit Netflix in November 2022, and a lot of people assumed they'd stick to that pattern, like a neat 3-year gap landing Season 2 in November 2025. But lately, the buzz has changed. With post-production moving along and the calendar shifting behind the scenes, new rumors suggest we might get the season sooner than expected, maybe as early as September. Most predictions now place the release somewhere between September and November 2025. Either way, it's coming, and we're ready. Now let's talk about what's next. Even without an official announcement, it's pretty clear Season 3 is in the early stages. According to Production Weekly, a third season is already being prepped for 2025, and creators Alfred Goff and Miles Miller have hinted at spin-offs too, possibly focusing on Uncle Fester, Enid, maybe even Bianca. No confirmations yet, but if the world of Nevermore keeps expanding like this, we might be getting a whole Wednesday-verse sooner than we think. So now it's your turn. What are you most excited to see in Season 2? Do you think Christina Ricci's really coming back? And what about Lady Gaga, Ophelia Frump, or something totally unexpected? Let me know your theories down in the comments. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell so you don't miss our next deep dive. See you in the next video.